Hello students, welcome to the sixth lecture on the topic sequence and series. So we will start with the problem which we left yesterday, that is on limit comparison test. So let's start with an example for limit comparison test. So you have a series this and you want to find whether this series is convergent or divergent. So we want to apply the limit comparison for test for detecting its nature. So what we need to do first is to find out the appropriate Bn. So the possible candidates for Bn, so the possible choices for Bn can be and so on. So by looking at this series, what you did, you took some possible choices of Bn, and now if you see these series and just by looking at this, if you find out limit n tending to infinity an by bn, you will see that you will get infinite by direct observation. When you take the series which is like 1 by n cube or 1 by n to the power 4 and so on, if you take any series, you will see that when you find the limit of this ratio, you will see that it is coming to be infinite. And now if you see the limit comparison test, this is not the suitable choice of Bn because convergent. Since summation of Bn is convergent, therefore it is not a good choice, or it is a wrong choice of Bn. Because you have already seen that if the limit comes to be infinite and Bn is convergent, you cannot conclude anything about this An. So here for this is a wrong choice, this is a wrong choice. So let's see what about these two. So if I take summation of Bn, so let us take summation of n as summation of Bn. Now if you find out the limit, what you will see, this comes out to be 0. But if this is 0 and this is divergent, you know already that since summation of Bn is divergent P series, so it is again a wrong choice. That is, you cannot take Bn as this and you cannot conclude anything with the limit comparison test. Now take Bn as this. So limit n tending to infinity an by bn will be equal to, okay, no, so now you can see that you get some valid result for this case, as you are getting the limit as 0 and Bn is convergent. So therefore you can say that An is also convergent. So since summation of Bn is convergent for this case only, like if we take Bn as this, we see that Bn is convergent. So by limit comparison test, summation of An will also converge or will be also convergent. Okay, so now what we can do is that you felt that you have taken so many choices of Bn and then you get the valid result. So you can also solve this problem, particularly this problem, by direct comparison theorem also. So let's see how does it work. So again I am writing that we want to see the convergence or divergence of this series by direct comparison theorem. So in this, since we have to compare it with some other series whose nature we know, so since we know that this value grows slowly as compared to this for C positive constant. Now if you take C greater than 0.4, you will see that this is valid for n is equal to 1 only, but if you take very small c, it holds for very large n. So this will hold for, you can say that, for sufficiently large n. Now I want to make this series, so I'll square it out. So this square will be lesser than this, and if I divide it with n cube both the sides, still this inequality will hold true, which is equal to, okay, so I can say that it is less than. So now this series will converge if you know by P series test that if this is greater than 1. So let us write this, that we know that since will be convergent when is greater than 1. You have already proved this, that this will be convergent if this is equivalent to P, and if P is greater than 1, then this series will converge. So this implies that C is less than, from this you can easily find out that you are getting C less than 1, and obviously C is a positive quantity, so you can take C from 0 to 1 anything. So I am take C is equal to half. So we get from this, I can write putting C half over here, and you can see that this is inequality satisfied, so I can write this with C is equal to half. This now, since 1 by n square is convergent, therefore by direct comparison test, summation of is also convergent. So you have seen in this example that sometimes it is better to use a direct comparison test rather than using the limit comparison test, because the choice of Bn is like in a limit comparison test also, and in this also you have to choose some Bn for which the test works. So it is a difficult task. So sometimes limit comparison test is easier to do, and sometimes the direct comparison test is easier to do. Okay, so let's do one another example. So again the question is, check the convergence or divergence of this series. So again, if I start with the direct comparison test, like applying direct comparison test, since you already know that we have this inequality for C positive constant. So now I want to make this, so I'll square this. So ln n square is less than, and if I multiply with n, I'll get this. Now this implies that 1 by is greater than this. You know this thing, that when it is greater than and when the inequality is reversed. So now for this to be divergent, see, now since this is lesser than this, so if it is divergent, then only we can say anything about this. If it is convergent, we cannot say anything about this. So we want any fruitful result, so we have to show that this should be divergent, then only we can comment upon this by direct comparison test. So for this to be divergent, what we need? We need 2c plus 1 should be less than or equal to 1. You know already by P series tells that this should be less than or equal to 1, and this implies that C should be less than or equal to 0, which is not true. So this will not work. So therefore our direct comparison test fails in by taking this inequality. So let's try with the limit comparison test. So I'll apply limit comparison test now. Applying limit comparison test. Now if we see the series, I can make the guess that let's take Bn as 1 by n. So if summation of Bn is 1 by n, then limit n tending to infinity An by Bn is equal to 0. Now see again that this limit is 0 and this is divergent. So you do not get any valid result by the limit comparison test. So not fall in any case. So the limit comparison test did not work over here. So I'll put it across that it's not working. Now if I take summation of 1 by n square, let's try, then limit n tending to infinity An by Bn will be infinite. You can easily see that. So again this is coming to be infinite and Bn is convergent. Again you do not get any valid result. So this will also not work. And similarly if you see take this or this or this, you see that none of this series is working. So all our choices of Bn is wrong. So now let's try another test. What we have studied is the integral test. So let's see whether this can be solved by the integral test. So now again we have to look for that all the three conditions are satisfied so that we can apply the limit comparison test. So now applying integral test. So in this you observe that fx is equal to this for x greater than or equal to 2. Now clearly you can see that f is positive. Second, f is continuous for x greater than or equal to 2. And thirdly, f dash x is less than 0 because f dash x is what? If you differentiate it, you will get this, which is obviously less than 0 for x greater than for every x greater than or equal to 2. Now all the three conditions of the integral test are satisfied, so we can apply the integral test. So I'll find the integral, that is, since it is all the conditions are satisfied for 2 equal to 2 and greater than that, I can apply this. And now if you put ln x is equal to t and solve, you will get I is equal to, you can easily solve it and you will find the value of integral is equal to this. So you can see that the value of the integral is finite. So what can you comment about this series? We were talking about this series. So this series is also convergent by integral test. So therefore I'll write, therefore summation of 1 by n is convergent by integral test. So you have seen that choosing a test is a difficult task and it depends upon the practice. So you have applied the limit comparison test for many BNs, it didn't work. Then you applied also the direct comparison test and it didn't work, and then you applied the integral test. So now we will study more tests about how to check the convergence and divergence of the series. So this test is called as a ratio test. So let's see what does it say. It says that let summation of an be a series of positive terms, and suppose you took a ratio and it comes out to be k. You took the ratio between the n plus 1th term and nth term, and it comes out to be, and limit n tending to 0, it comes out to be k. So if k is less than 1, the series is convergent. Then second, if k is greater than 1 or infinite, the series is divergent. And third, if k is equal to 1, the test is inconclusive. That is, you cannot say anything about the nature of the series by this test. So look at this test again, that you want to check the convergence or divergence of this series. You find out the limit of the ratio between n plus 1th term divided by nth term, and you are getting this value k. And if k is less than, you will say that the series an is convergent. If k is greater than 1 or it comes out to be infinity, you will say that the series is divergent. And if it comes out to be 1, then the test is inconclusive and the ratio test fail. You cannot say anything about the convergence and divergence of an. Now this test is beneficial, or you can say preferable, when an contains factorial of n, and and also sometimes when an can be raised to the power of nth, like an can be raised to nth power, or you can say that an appears to have some nth power. So let's see, we will not prove this ratio test. We will do some examples on this, that how to use a ratio test to tell about the convergence and divergence of some series. So let's take a look on few examples. So first example is, you have this series. Now you can see that this contains the factorial and also the nth power in an. So you can apply the ratio test over here, and if you find an plus 1, what will I get? I just have to put n plus 1 in the place of n, so I'll get this. So now I'll find out the limit of this. So now you can see that you will get, if you take this n plus 1 into n factorial, you can write this n factorial got cancel out, and this will be, I am writing this as 1th power and n plus 1 to the power n. So this also gets cancel out, and therefore I am left with limit n tending to infinity 1 by 1 plus. Now you already know how to find the limit of this. So this limit n tending to infinity will be equal to 1 by e. So this value will be equal to like 6.37, which is less than 1. So what will you conclude from the ratio test? That if this k is less than 1, it falls under the first condition and therefore the series is convergent. So therefore by ratio test, summation of n factorial is convergent since the value of k is less than 1. Let us do another example for this. Suppose that you have a series this. So I'll write it as for my convenience, and now an is equal to n factorial e and an plus 1 will be equal to this. So now if you find out the limit of the ratio, what will you get? So you are getting this, and ultimately if you find out the limit, you are getting infinity. Now this falls under the case 2 when this is greater than 1 or infinite. We say that therefore summation of an is divergent by ratio test. So let us do another example that gives you the third condition for inconclusive. Then how will you deal with it? So example 3, you have this. Again I am writing this for notation. So if you find out limit n tending to infinity an plus 1 by n, what will you get? This is an and you can find out an plus 1. I am writing it directly that you will get this. So when you find out the limit, now everything will got cancel out if you open this factorial and then you do a few steps. The steps are easy. Then you will find out that ultimately you will get this limit as 1. Now if this value is 1, it falls under the third condition. When k is equal to 1, our ratio test fails. Therefore the ratio test fails, and we need to apply some other test for checking its nature. Okay, so now you cannot use this ratio test to tell anything about our series which is equal to this. So but by looking at the an plus this ratio, an plus 1 divided by an, what we will get? Let's have a look that our an plus 1 divided by an is equal to 2n plus 2 divided by 2n plus 1. Now this gives you a feeling that an plus 1 is greater than an for every n greater than or equal to 1. And also notice that your a1 will be equal to 1 factorial upon 2 into 1 factorial, which is equal to 2. Now you can see that this is my equation say, and this is my equation number 2. Now from equation number 1 and 2, what can you guess? That this is increasing and the first term starts from 2 and a1, a2, a3, and these are in increasing pattern. So this implies that an will not go to 0 in any way. Like if you find it will not go to 0 anyhow from these two things, from these two observations, that it is an increasing and a1 is 2. It starts from 2 and it increases. So this implies that a1 will not equal to 0 in any way, and therefore, so by nth term test for divergence, this series diverges. Now in this you didn't find out the actual limit, because finding out the actual limit was difficult, but by these two observations you are confirmed that this is not going to 0, and that is enough for the divergence of any concluding that the series is divergent. You do not have to find out the exact limit, just you have to be sure that this limit is not equal to 0, then you can surely say that the series diverges. So now we will look on another test for checking the convergence and divergence of the series with the positive terms only, and this test is called as root test, and mainly it is used when an has expression raised to nth power. Okay, so what does it says? That let again an be a series of non-negative terms, and let, now what have you did? You are not finding the ratio, you are finding the nth power, like this an to the power 1 by n is equal to some constant k. So the first condition says that summation of an is convergent if k is less than 1. Same, but here you calculated the 1 by nth power of an. So the second is the summation of an is divergent if k is greater than 1, or you can say infinite. And third, again the test is inconclusive when k is equal to 1. So let us quickly see some examples based on it. So the first, now you want to check the convergence and divergence of this series. So by applying the root test, let's see how we can find out this. So what I'll do, I'll take the nth root of this. So this will be equal to this. Now you already know that the limit of this is 1 and this is infinite, so this is equal to 0 and this will be less than 1. So this is less than 1, and therefore by root test, what will you say? That this series is convergent. Therefore by root test, summation of an is convergent. Let us do another example for this root test. You have this and you observe that the nth term is a power of n, so you can apply the root test to find its convergence or divergence. So let us see what we will get. So if I find the nth root, I'll get this, and now find the limit. See, I can write this as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial, n into n. So I can write this as limit n tending to infinity n minus 1 by n minus 2 factorial. So if you find the limit, you are getting infinite, and therefore by root test you can see that it falls under, comes under 2 condition 2. So therefore by root test summation of an diverges. So now I hope this is clear, and if you get like k is equal to 1 in this also, in the root test also, the test becomes inconclusive, and then you have to look for the other test to find the convergence and the divergence of the given series. So till now you have studied all the tests for the series containing only positive terms. Now we are going to talk about the convergence and divergence of those series containing the positive and negative terms both together. Okay, so let's start with the alternating series. So a series that has alternatively positive and negative terms is called as an alternating series. So for example, suppose that you have this series. Now you can easily see that you have a positive sign, then negative, then positive, then negative, then positive, then negative, and so on. So a series that have alternative positive and negative terms are called as alternating series. So now we are going to talk about the convergence and the divergence of this type of series, that are alternating series. Now, or you can take another example of this. Again you can see that this is a alternating series because you have a alternating sign, positive, negative, and so on. So let's see a test that is called as Leibniz test for the alternating series, or you can say that alternating series test. Alternating series test. Okay, so to check the convergence of the alternating test, we have to see that whether these following three conditions are satisfied or not. So I'll write from the beginning that a series of this kind, you can see that this is an alternating series, plus minus. So you are getting an alternative sign, so this is alternating series. So this series converges if the following three conditions are satisfied. First is un should be greater than 0 for every n greater than or equal to n. Secondly, un should be greater than or equal to un plus 1 for every n greater than or equal to n. N is some positive integer. N is some positive integer. And third condition is limit n tending to infinite un is equal to 0. So what does this condition mean? That this is un is non-increasing, or it is a decreasing type. Un is greater than un plus 1, and if this condition holds, if these three conditions holds together, then you can say that the alternating series converges. And if any one of the condition does not hold true, then we cannot apply the alternating series. So you can write a note that if any one condition do not hold true, then we cannot apply alternating series test. So we are going to prove this test about the alternating this test, Leibniz theorem test, on the next class. So till now you should do exercise 8.4, 8.5 and 8.6 from book Thomas and Finney. So I'll leave this lecture here, and in the next class we will see how to prove this test, the Leibniz test, that if all these three conditions are satisfied, we can say that our alternating series is convergent. Thank you.